You know, a while back I was very vocal on the sale of Crunchyroll to Sony through Funimations. And I had mentioned it would probably be the end of Crunchyroll, which I was wrong. It was more of the end of Funimations, as Funimations was absorbed into Crunchyroll. And I said that the government and the trade commissions needed to investigate this because it was creating a monopoly. And most people disagreed with me. That's okay, that's your opinion. But see, the thing about it is, once they start one, they'll start to get to another and another. This is why also Amazon needs to be investigated as well. And you're hearing the now you're hearing today the major calls for the investigation into companies like Google and Amazon, and Sony should be on that list as well, because Disney's another one too as well, because they're buying up all these small companies and creating less competition out there. And in the case of content, it creates censorship, because some of these companies, like Sony, have censored these products or have changed the dialogue. We've seen, we've changed the screenplay, the dialogue that goes into some of this stuff when it's translated into English, which that has upset some of the Japanese companies in Japan. And some of them are forced to create their own. But we're also seeing new English dub companies like Anime Matsui, who are beginning to get into the business, as we see Vic Mignogna has joined on with them as well, to give more competition to this level. But one thing that has happened with Sony, Crunchyroll, is now they've bought an anime retailer, which we've discussed on this show. If you have not heard of rightstuf, which they used to be a really great site for a lot of anime, manga, and accessories. Now Crunchyroll will be getting this company as part of their site and absorbing them into their own site. And rightstuf will be dropping some of their product, some of their adult product. Off of Bounding into Comics, this article, anime retailer rightstuf Anime drops adult products after being acquired by Crunchyroll. This is back on August 8th. As anime has become more mainstream in recent years, more and more English language publishers have felt the need to make their given localizations are more appropriate for Western audiences. No, we do not need that. With the latest example being retailers rightstuf Anime's announcement, they will no longer be selling adult materials following their acquisition by Sony via Crunchyroll.
I'm here! No! No! You maniac! You blew her up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
The alarming news came on August 1st when rightstuf announced via their official tweet account, "We are excited to announce today that rightstuf is joining the Crunchyroll family. We will be working together to get you more of what you want when you want it. That turns out, unless the fans want is considered to be too spicy." In a FAQ linked by the retailer elaborating on the terms of acquisition, rightstuf assured the customers that there should be no changes to ordering and that they will continue to provide the same variety of products they've been offering for 35 years, unless you're specifically looking for erotica products. As part of our new rightstuf plus Crunchyroll unification, we'll be phasing out the erotica genre content and product, they wrote in a specific erotica removal items fact. New orders for these items will not be accepted, and they will be removed from rightstufanime.com. The retailer then revealed that not only will existing orders will be honored through a newly created storefront, Iro Anime Store, but said that the storefront will be the place to continue to order these items going forward. In a welcome letter published to Iro store front pages, the company alleged president, an individual named Wendy C., explained, as part of the new Right Stuf plus Crunchyroll acquisition, they will no longer carry mature anime content. We're going to be taking on this line of service, and I'm really excited to have you here and have the opportunity to be of service. We're going to make every effort to make shopping experience in our shop similar to what you've been accustomed to, she added. Noting that some customers might have concerns about orders they've already made at Right Stuf for mature items, Wendy assured, if you had opened an order with Right Stuf, we'll be working quickly to create accounts and import those orders into our system. It may take us a bit, but we want to make sure that it's done right. The goal is to make this move as easy as possible for you and ensure to get these items you're looking for, she said, providing a link on a separate fax for customer service support centric inquiries. We will carry a full line of erotic anime mangas, games, figures, and other merchandise. We will continue also to offer anime products under Critical Mass video label, and some items will be offered exclusively to the site. Stay tuned for details. Right Stuf's new anti-ero policy drew a wave of backlash across the industry, with both fans and creator outrage at the censorship decision. In gaming, Sony, Xbox, Nintendo are duking it out. Opinionated on Takahashi, a representative for Dojin publisher Erodi Comics. But Sony finds himself on an unopposed market in anime, potentially to consolidate to become the Disney of anime, which honestly is quite frightening, he wrote. The first thing they did was to ban erotic stuff off Right Stuf 2. They removed interspecies reviewers Blu-ray from their store, observed Oprah Fall, co-owner at Nep's Night, something they put out exclusively from them. I am done as a customer here personality. This was one particular person that's on there, which is the Nep's Night of Neptune, is the waifu for Leifu. In response to a Twitter ad, Bane Belly expressed hope that the erotic content doesn't start to explicitly mean anything challenging queer or outside norm. At Bunny Cartoon noted that BL Yao seems to be a hypocritical exemption from the erotic purge. It is interesting because it looks like you can still order, say, Mad K from Sublime, which I would put under an erotic work, she said, but all the outright hentai is gone. Even the history of hentai book, which isn't listened anymore. Now, here's a segment which I've been worried about when this was announced. If you're familiar with the Dirty Pair project, which was backed on Kickstarter, we were wondering, would that be banned as well? And this is the segment on there. Amidst the various discussions surrounding the acquisition, some fans has wondered how the deal affect Right Stuf Nozumi Entertainment subdivision, which has been working on a number of Kickstarter-backed projects, including the dub of the 1985 ecchi sci-fi series Dirty Pair. Thankfully, Right Stuf Sean Kleckner posted a recent update to the Dirty Pair's dub Kickstarter page, where he declared, I want to reassure that everything for this project is still being handled by the Nazi team, and nothing about the dub or the Blu-ray release will be affected by this acquisition. Also, the fulfillment of all Kickstarter rewards will be continued to be handled by Right Stuf Anime, the same as our previous Kickstarter projects. Kleckner has reassured fans. We will have more updates on the progress of the dub coming soon, so please look forward to it. But see, this is the worries we've been putting out. Even though Right Stuff has gotten another company to take on the project, to take on the product on there, but this is a slow decompression, an elimination of how you, the viewer, can get product. What is deemed to be erotica, adult nature onto there? You have to ask. You'll have to go to the site on there and see what is missing. I understand if Redo the Healer is not available, or interspecies reviewers. Now, interspecies reviewers is no Redo the Healer. It's a borderline. It's a borderline on there. But when you call erotica, you got to be specific on what you mean by that. High School DxD, which is available on right now on Hulu. Which is owned by Disney. Okay? You could see High School DxD uncensored. Okay? Is that considered on there? It probably would be. And many others. At what goal line, at what finite line do they consider it erotica? Hentai is considered porn. Yes, I understand that. If you don't want to carry porn products, I understand there are plenty of other porn, anti-porn sites. But the ecchi and some of the stuff that falls in between, with the exception of yaoi stuff, or as they say, the gay product, they're continuing to carry the gay erotica, which seems to be no problem. But that's fulfilling an activist or political stance. So you have no problem with that, but you have a major problem with, interspecies reviewers, Redo the Healer, Dirty Pair, possibly. Dirty Pair is still coming out, but that would fall into that category. R-rated material is R-rated material. X-rated material is X-rated material. You got to put a fine line in what you consider porn and what you don't consider porn. I did expect, interspecies reviewers to be removed from this site. I knew that immediately. But how many others that are not really in that category are removed from that? And you would, fan service, upskirts, it depends. Would My Dress Up Darling be considered in that category? Would Vermil in Gold be considered in that category? There are a lot out here. Vandred. Would Vandred be considered in that category level? It's a lot of things that they don't talk about. This is the things that they don't. It's like saying one R-rated movie is not acceptable, but another R-rated movie is acceptable. And this is the thing that is a major problem that is going on in our industry here in the U.S. And here is the major fact, and this is the part that gets me every time. And this is why we say, made for the modern audience or modern era. We don't want editing done to appease that it's Western audiences. The reason we buy anime and manga is because they make good stories overseas. We do not need some fucking Puritan on this side of the world to say, well, people over here don't like that. They don't like fan service, and we have to remove that. We have to remove the particular language because that is another country, and people in this country won't understand that. Bullshit! I'm 55 years old now. I have been watching anime, reading manga since the 1970s. Okay? 1970s! Don't tell me I don't understand the culture of Japan. I do understand it in many ways, and in other ways I don't. And I'm still learning at age 55. It is a story from another country. Do you edit stuff from France? Do you edit stuff from Germany? Do you edit stuff from Russia? Do you edit stuff from England? Do you edit stuff from South America? You only edit when it comes to the nature, when it becomes activist or political to your nature. Did you take the moment to tell Netflix how disgusting Cuties is? Because Cuties would fall under that category of censorship. Now, when it comes to Cuties, it's not censoring it. It is to the point where you've taken children, and shot them in sexual poses. You have Visa and MindGeek being sued right now by a girl who, at the age of 13, her boyfriend and her made a video together, uploaded that video to the internet, and claimed that she's getting bullied and harassed. I'm sorry that you're getting bullied and harassed, but why did you do a video with your boyfriend? Oh, he forced you. You did more videos after that with other people. Yes, people do force into those situations, but you could have walked away at any time. You were not being held against your will. And it's the same thing with Cuties. They weren't beholden against their will. They were shot. They were trying to make the director was trying to make a political statement. They used, why are you insulting a female director from a country that have had many issues of this nature with cheese pizza? And it says, you could have done this with older girls, with of age girls. You could have done a casting call for girls who look young, very young, at the age of 21. It is done. The adult industry has had many of those for many years. You could have gone to the adult industry. Or you could have filmed the scene, not shown the 10-year-old girls, but make it sound like it, and shot the audience's shocking looks to that nature. But no, you didn't go with it. And the way Netflix politicized it and everything like that, everybody was chastising everybody that criticized Netflix. You see the hypocrisy of this situation? And you wonder, why do you bring this up? This is the hypocrisy of the situation. Whether it's the attack on Visa, MindGeek, or whether it's the blatant cheese pizza on Netflix, or on YouTube, or on Facebook, or on Instagram, or on TikTok. All these do occur in there, but nobody goes really after these situations. They go after the anime, they go after the manga, they go after the comic books, they go after the movies, the TV series, and basically stuff that is legitimate, legal, and throw those buzzwords at you. They throw cheese pizza at you, racism, that basically it is sexually offensive. Women are not like that. This is made by men, when actually a lot of the artists on there are women in the Japanese industry. People don't realize that. So the Trade Commission needs to look into this, and I'm hoping that they take this moment to look at what Sony is doing. Because not on top of that, everything that Sony's bringing in has been censored. So comment freely below. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings. Because this angers me. This angers me. This is the reason why there's not enough competition out there, because you have people in politics, and this is why I keep always saying that there should be term limits on the politicians in office. The same people that were criticizing video games, music, violence on TV, and in the movies back in the 90s are the same politicians that are still in office on 2022 spewing the same rhetoric again, and are behind all this censorship that's going on. And we have a lot more videos coming this fall discussing a lot of this stuff. Yes, we will be talking about the Visa MindGeek situation. We're working on a video for this fall on that. We had one that was going to be out this, but there was a lot more to this, and we're putting a little bit more investigation to this, because there's a lot more toward this story. So subscribe, like, share. We'll see you on the next video. I hope you're enjoying your summer. We'll see you back in the fall. Please continue to watch us here on Man with the Show, on Q2Cast TV. Thank you for tuning in and supporting us. Bye-bye now.